Hey, YouTube. What's up? What's good? It's your girl, Maddie, as in Maddie Makes Money, coming back at you with a special video. This video, anyone, of course, can watch it. Please do. But this video here is specifically dedicated to the men and women, especially the women, that are 50 years old and older. 50 plus, 50 and above. I am 57 years old. I know I don't look it. But anywho, it's not about me. It's all about you. So I wanted to come on and do this video. And again, if I'm looking up, I'm just reading my notes. I'm really into notes. And I want to make sure that I get this right because it's important, especially if you're 50 and above. Because I know I'm not the only one that's in this age group, this age range that felt this way. Right. So I wanted to put some stuff down and I did a little bit of research and I took some notes and I want to share this with you because I want to inspire you, those of you that are 50 and above, 50 plus, 60 plus, even 70 plus, right? Out here just really trying to decide, man, what am I doing? You know, I hate my job. But what else is there? What am I going to do? What else am I going to do? Let's talk about it. I want you to really take some notes here. Watch this video all the way to the end and make a decision that's for you, right? Not one that's for your spouse, not one that's for your children, not one for your friend. Make this decision after you watch this video that's just for you, right? You may need to watch it a couple of times until it can really sink in. But this video, I'm hoping will touch somebody where they can say, you know what? She's right. Let me really think about what it is that I want to do with my life from this point on. Not what you was doing, last year, 5 years ago, 10 years ago, right? What do you want to do from this point on if you've kind of made the decision that you're just not happy with your 9 to 5 job or just going to work or whatever that thing looks like, right? So let's talk about it. I'm going to be looking up. As a matter of fact, I'll probably will change my glasses because y'all know Maddie can't see. Right? So I have a pair of eyeglasses that I wear that's just for the computer. They're not the best glasses, right? They have a glare. You might not be able to see my eyes through them, because again, these were just for Maddie to wear on her when I'm sitting in my computer. They're not meant to be fancy, schmancy, and they don't have the glare cover thing on it, right? So y'all just work with me. Listen to my voice. Don't worry about what my eyeglasses looking like. So we're going to talk about 10 things. Don't worry about the 10. Don't get caught up in the number. 5 reasons of what to do when you don't want to work the 9 to 5 anymore, right? So some reasons why you may not want to work anymore. And then we're going to end it with 5 tips to help you and encourage you on better making a decision that's best for you as to 5 tips once you make that decision to transition from working that regular 9 to 5, getting out here and doing your thing, whatever that thing is, right? I do gig work. Maybe your thing isn't gig work. Maybe you want to get into something else. Maybe you have hobbies that you like to pursue and turn it into a business, right? Maybe you want to get on YouTube and become a YouTube content creator. Who knows? Maybe you want to go into real estate. I don't know. Whatever that thing is for you, there's things that you're passionate about that you probably have kind of bottled up inside, because you're so stuck in the whole 9 to 5 mindset, getting up, waking up every morning, going to work, No, time out for all of that if that's not what you want to do. So bear with me for just a second. Let me switch glasses and put on my cheap glasses. But I can see so clear in this computer with them. And y'all stick with me. Watch the video until the end. If you haven't already, go ahead and subscribe to my channel. I'm telling you, I have some funny stuff coming up. I do funny videos because I'm just a riot all day long, right? My life is crazy out here in these gig worker streets, out here in Las Vegas, Nevada. Hopefully a lot of my videos will inspire someone, motivate you, but more importantly, encourage you because I'm really big on that, right? So I want to encourage you to just really pay attention to this, especially if you're over 50. Stick with me, y'all. Stick with me to the end. So what to do when you don't want to work your 9 to 5 anymore. Now, if you know anything about YouTube, there's a gazillion videos, right, that are on YouTube about I quit my 9 to 5. Why I quit my 9 to 5. 9 to 5, 9 to 5, 9 to 5, right? All over YouTube. And I've watched quite a few of them, actually, quite a few, probably dozens, right? But I didn't come across one that went into a combination of maybe some reasons why you didn't want to work your 9 to 5 anymore. And then also had some tips as to making that transition, right? from working the 9 to 5 into whatever your new or next adventure was. So I thought I'd be the person to go ahead and set the standard. Just for that. Y'all know I'm crazy. Raiders, baby, all day. So here we go, right? What to do when you don't want to work at 9 to 5 anymore. First, you're going to think about some of the reasons why you may not want to work that 9 to 5. Now, again, keep in mind, I'm looking up where you can't see my glass because I'm reading from my notes right here in my Word document, right? Because I'm fancy. I don't have all the camera equipment to do content creation, right? Don't have it. Don't know if I'm going to purchase it. I'll see how this YouTube content creation goes. But I'm a whiz at this computer, baby. Don't get it twisted. Anyway, so we're talking about why you might not want to work a 9 to 5 anymore. I'm going to go through these pretty quickly because I want to concentrate more on the 5 reasons and the 5 ways to transition, right, from that 9 to 5 job to whatever your next venture, or should I say adventure, will be, right? Y'all stay here with me. Pay attention. So maybe you don't want to work that 9 to 5 anymore. Besides the fact that you just can't stand it, right? Because you want flexible work hours, right? So one reason you want to be able to leave that 9 to 5 and pursue other opportunities that have more flexible hours, more time that you can do what you want to do, to pursue those things that you want to pursue, but you're kind of limited in doing that, right? When you are tied to a desk, tied to a computer, right? Working a 9 to 5. So maybe flexible work hours may be one of the reasons why you just don't want to work that 9 to 5 anymore. Maybe, right? Here's number 2. Maybe you just have other interests altogether, right? Maybe you have other interests outside of your 9 to 5 that you may want to also try, right? Maybe, like I mentioned before, maybe you have a hobby. I know there's a lot of channels on YouTube about gardening, cooking, wood shop, making stuff out of wood, people that are good with their hands. I'm not one of them. But just different things like that. Just other interests that maybe you can turn that into, an income earning, thing for you that's outside of just working a regular 9 to 5. Plus, because it's something that you like to do naturally already, it's going to be very rewarding for you and it's going to be enjoyable to other people that you may share that with, right? Then another reason, again, we're on reason number 3, or why you might not want to work that 9 to 5 anymore, right? You want to have maybe control over your work. Ooh, this is a big one right here, right? This is a big one, right? Many people leave their 9 to 5 because they want more control, right? Such as control over your work day, control over any projects you may want to get into, control of your budget, and other factors. You just want more control. And you're very limited in the amount of control that you have when you work in a 9 to 5. And that doesn't matter what your job title is. Doesn't matter if you're a customer service rep, if you're an HR manager, if you're the director, no matter what position, you're still limited in the control factor, right? Right? All right. And then the last thing that really came up, and this was probably the most important of why you might want to stop working your 9 to 5. You just don't want to do it anymore. You just can't take it just not another day, right? Is less stress. Ooh, right? Less stress. Many people, including me, this was my story, right? Feel stressed by their 9 to 5 jobs. Transitioning to a new adventure, a new hobby, right? A new opportunity that gives you more freedom. For me, that's what I wanted. I wanted more freedom, right? I'm a grandmother now of 2 that live out of state in California, which is where I'm from. And I wanted to be able to just hop in my car and drive to California or hop on a plane and go to California whenever I want to. I didn't want to sign a paper and ask my supervisor or the manager, can I use my PTO? No. Okay. Anyway, so you can have more freedom and enjoyment that will help decrease the amount of stress that you have. And anybody that's watching this, if you've ever worked a regular 9 to 5, you know how stressful it can be. And again, it does not matter what industry it was in or what your job title was. It involved, I'm sure, a level of stress. And you may have been okay with it for a while if you worked there for a year, 5 years, 10 years. Maybe you've been there for 20 years. But now that you're 50 and older, you're thinking, hey, wait a minute. That thing that you thought was maybe okay didn't really bother you, but now you're over 50 and your patience is this long, it's getting on your nerves now. I can relate. It's getting on your nerves, right? So now you're starting to think, what am I doing? Why am I still here? I don't like this job. I don't like coming here. What am I doing? But what else is there for me, right? This is what makes you think, right? When you're ready to just leave that 9 to 5 grind, right? Depending on your personality, and everybody not happy-go-lucky, bubbly and silly like me, right? But depending on your personality and your work style and your work ethic, you may feel less stressed working for yourself as opposed to a 9 to 5 job. You doing it for you, as you, and you the number one employee. You get on your own nerves, right? Not nobody else getting on your nerves, right? Because it's just you. When you're working for yourself as an entrepreneur, being self-employed, however you want to word it, however that looks like for you, right? It's just you. It's all about you, right? And then another thing is having meaningful work, right? Again, right now we're just talking about why you might not want to work that 9 to 5 anymore, right? The last one here is meaningful work. Some people, not everybody, but some people choose to leave their 9 to 5 jobs to pursue other opportunities, right? Make them feel better about life, better about themselves, things that are they just deem that they're more meaningful for them and more fulfilling than whatever they were doing or getting when they were working the traditional 9 to 5, right? But what y'all thinking about that? I went over those 5 things of why you might not want to work that 9 to 5 anymore. And then you have to think about, man, where do I fit in? Yeah, that one was me. Yeah, I needed more control. I need more control of my day. Or I have other interests. I need some more flexibility. This coming in working 9 to 5, 8 to 4, got to be here this day, that day. I got other things I would like to do and pursue, but I can't because I have a chain around my ankle tied to this chair and this desk, right? Come on now. Well, maybe now, Mr. or Mrs. 50 and above, because that's something I want to dedicate this to you. Because when you're in your 20s and your 30s, you're not thinking about this kind of stuff. You're just going to work, making your money, doing what you do, right? But then when you hit 40, you kind of transition to, what is this all about? What am I doing? Where am I going? This isn't very enjoyable for me. And then when you hit 50, you really like, wait a minute, what the heck is going on? I'm tired of this. Why am I still coming here? I don't like this job. I don't like these people. I don't like how it makes me feel. But I feel like I just keep coming, right? So now we're going to talk about how to transition from that 9 to 5 that you ain't never liked it anyway. Right? You don't like the manager, you don't like the supervisor, you don't like the people that come in there, you don't like, no, it was okay when you was in your 20s and your 30s, right? In your 40s, you were still kind of, on the fence about it. But now you 50 plus, and for sure, I don't like it here. I don't want to come back here. I don't like this place, right? So how to transition from the 9 to 5 to that new and next venture or adventure or opportunity that you want to pursue. And again, whatever that is, right? Whatever that is, right? Because it's going to be different for everybody, right? You guys, again, excuse the glare. These is the computer glasses. I'm looking at my Word document and my notes, right? So number one thing, create a plan to leave your job. Right now, I know some of you may just quit it on the spot. You're gonna make a decision. You're gonna after you watch this whole video, you're gonna say, you know what? That Maddie person, that Sin City Dash Diva out there in Las Vegas, she was on to something. You know what? Let me get my purse and get my favorite ink pen, and I'm about to leave this job and get up and go. Right? I know. Trust me, I know. I've been there. Right? But before you leave, right? Before you quit that 9 to 5 job. Right? It might be helpful to prepare, right? To prepare. Now, I know, some people are just as successful. They just jump and dive in head first. No life jacket. They're just going to float, sink or swim, right? Okay. But it could be helpful to prepare for your new endeavor in advance, right? Because when we older, we 50 plus, 50 and above, we want to do some planning first. We want to look into some things first. We want to make sure about what we're about to get into. Take all things into consideration when we're 50 and older, right? We can't do the stuff that when we was 20 and 30. We don't think about nothing. We just did it and let the chips fall where they may, right? But now that we're 50 and older, we want to prepare, right? For whatever this next endeavor may be, right? So here are the 5 steps that you can follow to transition, right? We're all about the transition. We're keeping the wheels moving. But now we're talking about the steps you can follow to transition from the 9 to 5 into that new thing, where it's all glitter and rainbows and unicorns, and there's a woman playing the harp, and you feel so lovely when you wake up. You're not worried about anything. I know, I can't sing, but I love to sing, right? So first thing is create a plan to leave your job. Create a plan, right? So transitioning from the 9 to 5 to that new venture, right? You can plan, your plan can include a schedule. Maybe the schedule could be a schedule of when you're going to leave your job, right? Oh, you know what? I'm going to leave my job in 30 days, or I'm going to leave my job, in 2 weeks, or I'm leaving my job today. Today, my last day. They don't know it yet, but let me start. Let me get my favorite calculator, my scissors, my reading glasses. What else I want to take with me? My fan, my favorite light. Let me just start, secretly packing up all my stuff and put it in a box or throw it in the bag, because when I leave today, baby, y'all won't see me no more. Period. Okay, maybe that's you. I don't know, right? You can also consider starting your new venture while you're still working. Now, a lot of people do this, right? While you're still working your 9 to 5, just in case you want to test the waters of whatever that new venture is, whatever that new idea is, whatever it is, right? And this isn't talking about just, being on YouTube. YouTube's not for everybody, right? Whatever that new venture is, maybe you just want to test the waters. So while you're testing the waters and doing your research or whatever that looks like, you hang on to that 9 to 5, but in your mind, it's already into getting into that next new venture, that next phase in your life, that next part of the journey, right? Number 2, set goals. That's important. It's important, right? To set goals. Y'all know why my braids are tripping today. It's important to set goals that you want to achieve, right? After you leave the 9 to 5, right? So set goals, right? Setting goals can help you ensure that you stay on track. Don't be like me. I was all over the place. When I wasn't working, oh my goodness, I just couldn't make up my mind what I wanted to do. Then I dabbled back in, what was secure to me, right? My comfort zone, right? Talk about that, which was working a 9 to 5. I've worked steadily and continuously in the healthcare collections and billing industry for various health insurance carriers, held many different titles, right? For 30 plus years. That's what was comfortable to me. That was what I knew. But then as I got older, or pretty much by the time I had moved to Las Vegas, I decided that I didn't want to work in that same industry. Not realizing in my mind, I really didn't want to work for nobody at all, period. So my mind was sunk in was, I don't want to work in healthcare and health insurance anymore. I want to do something else. And I did. I ended up working for a promotional products company, a very popular one here in Las Vegas, and was in their top 3 salespeople. I never sold anything in my life. Man, I was killing the game, getting commission after commission. But I was still going to a 9 to 5. But yeah, that was it. So, you set goals. You want to stay on track towards the success, which is going to help navigate you to that successful next venture or adventure that you're planning, that you want to partake in, because you're transitioning to the idea, right, and the purpose of leaving that 9 to 5, right? You're going to set some good goals. For example, you might set goals related to how much income you want to make, or how many clients you may want to have. Again, depending on what that next adventure is going to be once you transition out of that 9 to 5, right? You want to set goals. Number 3, research alternative opportunities. Now, another key step, and it says here, and again, in my notes, I put it in my notes, to take before you leave that 9 to 5, is to do some research, right? Do some research on whatever that area is of opportunity, of adventure, right, that you may want to pursue. Do some research on that thing, right? Go in with a little bit of knowledge, right? You're not going to know everything, especially if you haven't done it before, right? But you definitely want to do research, right? The research, and then it will help you find as many options that suit you best within whatever that niche or whatever that area is, right? But you want to do some research on it, right? Research on it. And also tie it to your current skills, right? Am I skilled in that area? Do I have any of the skills that would help me be successful in that thing? Again, whatever that thing is, right? Only you know, whatever that thing is, right? Do I have the skills, the interest, or any experience that can help me choose that new path to get me closer to my ultimate goal, right? Because we're talking about, right, how to transition from that 9 to 5 job that you hate. You hate going there. You don't like the people. You don't like where it's at. You don't like the food they have in the cafeteria. You don't like the parking space. You don't like it. Whatever your reasons are, you don't like it, right? But you're still on the fence about what you're going to do next, right? You just know that you don't want to do that 9 to 5 anymore, right? Number 4, plan your work hours and your pay rate. By work hours, whatever that venture is, whatever that opportunity is, what time of day or night would you have to do it? Is that something that you would want to do during those hours? If it's predominantly done during the day or predominantly done at night or, in the swing shift, whatever that is, those are things you want to take into consideration, right? Once you have an idea, right, this is so important, of what you want that new opportunity, that new venture, that new adventure, right, to look like, you can plan out what hours of the day you think will be best for you, that will be suitable for you in your life that you're in right now, that will work best for you, right? You can't do that when you're working a 9 to 5, right? You got to be there whenever they tell you to be there. You have to be there until they tell you can leave. Oh, I'm sorry, y'all. I just got triggered. You can think about how much money you want to make. So if I do this thing that I'm really interested in, and I can work it whatever hours I want to, how many hours would I need to do this thing to make the amount of money that I want to make? Or how many clients do I need to reach out to ensure that I can get the right amount of commissions? Whatever that looks like, right? Again, we're just talking about, how to transition from a 9 to 5 to your next new adventure. The one that's going to be more fulfilling for you, the one that's going to be more meaningful for you. That's what we're talking about, right? So we got create a plan to leave your job. We have set your goals. We have research, right? Do some research on that thing. Again, whatever that thing is that you're thinking of getting into after you quit that 9 to 5, do some research on it first, right? Plan your work hours and how much money you plan to make, right? And then considering all of those factors, they can help you prepare for that success outside of that traditional 9 to 5 job that we've already just come to the conclusion that you hate it. For all the reasons that you don't like being there, right? It's okay. And then number 5, the best part, right? Finally make that transition. Woo, sigh. Yes. Woo, yes. Woo, yeah. They're looking at you crazy. Like, why is she dancing and singing and spinning around and doing all of that? Because it's your last day and you don't have to see their face no more, right? You're going to make that transition. That's number 5. After you have the plan to leave your 9 to 5, you're ready to start your new venture, it's time to begin making that transition, right? You can make a clean break between your 9 to 5 and your new adventure by putting in your notice, if you want to be professional, right? Give them a 2-week notice. Or do like I would do. Quit that job on the spot. Today my last day. Supervisor, today my last day. Yep. Nope. I won't be back on Monday. Y'all go ahead and get that check, that last check. Go and get that ready, baby. Right? Or, you can start your new adventure or your new venture as a side hustle while you're still working that 9 to 5, which allows you to earn some extra income while you're building your client base or learning all the ropes of that new venture, right? But here's the thing right here, and this is the most important, and I'm almost done with this. I want you to think about this. If you can answer yes to any of these, it's a problem. That's going to let you know, I think it's time about transition from this 9 to 5 job. If you can answer yes to any of these, does getting up every morning to go to that 9 to 5 feel like a burden? Yes or no? Do you constantly check the clock all day, look up at the clock all day, right? And hope that boring day will be over soon? Yes or no? Right? Do you feel like you just wasting away with no purpose in life because you keep coming to this 9 to 5 job that you hate? Yes or no? Do you regularly think, man, I am over 50. I hate coming to this damn job. Why am I coming here? What purpose is it serving? Yes, I got good benefits. So what? I get me my own insurance, right? I hate coming to this job. Yes or no? If you answered yes to all of those, maybe it's time for you, ma'am, to do some soul searching and really give thought to what it is that will be best for your mental health and your life. Right? Think about that. Maybe it's time for you to do some soul searching. Dig deep within, right? Give some real solid thought to what's going to be best for your mental health and your life. Because I promise you, and some of you can relate to this, and some of you may not, there's not too many things worse than waking up every day, going to a job that you absolutely hate going there, right? You hate for whatever reasons are, you hate. But we got to have livelihood. I get it. You have bills to pay. I get it. Trust me. I've been there. I worked in healthcare for 30 plus years, right? The first 10 years, I loved it. After that, I hated it. But I was a single mom at that time with 2 children. I had a 3rd child, and I had to have income, right? And after a while, you just become programmed to act like a robot. We just going like a robot. Ooh, let me go to work. Let me go to work. But I hated it, right? The most liberating thing that have happened to me, all right, and this is a personal quick testimony story, was being laid off from my job here in Las Vegas, Nevada in March of 2020 when COVID hit, at the height of COVID, right? The promotional products company I worked for laid off more than half the workforce. Oh my goodness, I got laid off. I think I've only had been laid off once in my life at that time. But I wasn't scared. I wasn't worried. I just felt just relief because I was thinking, how can I get rid of this? How can I get out of this? I just couldn't take it, right? And so got laid off from that job. And like I said, I want to go back to the old things because we tend to go back to what we're used to when it comes to working, right? And that always worked. So I'd apply to several agencies. And of course, I'm very employable. I have highly sought after skills. I get so many phone calls, even today, from people that want to offer me work, or hire me, or interview me for various positions within the healthcare and health insurance industry. And I would take a few, do 3 months here, 4 months there, but I was just so unhappy because it wasn't for me. And it really was affecting my mind, my mental, because I just was hating it so much. I kept saying, damn, why did I take this job? No, I don't want to do it. And it was from home. I was right here at home. I have a whole big old office. I don't know if you can't see everything, right here. But I didn't like the freedom. I wanted more freedom. I was tired of being stuck to a computer, right? So that was how I was introduced to start doing gig work, all right? And so here I am, right? Am I, rich? No, I'm not. I live comfortably, and doing the gig work, the different gig companies that I work for, work out well for me financially. But the most important thing, to be honest with you, it really wasn't about the money. I just wanted to feel free. I wanted the freedom. I wanted the flexibility. And I'm more content and happy than I've been in a long time, simply because I decided I just want to work for myself. That way the buck stops with me, literally, right? And it was the best decision for me. But think about what that looks like for you. Think about it for you. So that's all I have for you guys. I know this video has been a little bit long. I'm almost at 30 minutes. I apologize. Sorry, but not sorry, right? This was important. It had to be said. So if you watch this video, if you got anything out of it, go ahead and post a comment. Let me know what your thoughts are. If you're still working a 9 to 5, you're over 50, okay, that's great. Share that with me. If you're working a 9 to 5, but hey, you thinking about transitioning into whatever the other thing is, share that with me. Go ahead, right? That's what the comment section is for. Until my next video, you guys already know what to do, right? Keep it nice, keep it fun, keep it sexy. But whatever you do, keep it real. I'll see you on my next video.